Hi there, my name is Louise Spalding and I am a trance channel. Welcome subscribers. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so and click that little bell so you get any new videos. Jesus apparently is going to be bringing through some videos this week, so you might want to subscribe and click the bell so that you make sure you get them. I am just going to go straight into his transmission and I'll see you at the end of the session. I am that one that you know as Jesus, and we are here to bring you important information at this time on your planet. You are going through some very, very important transformations at this time, all of which are not apparent to you. It is like a turbulent river hiding rocks and potholes and things beneath the surface. You can see that something's happening because there is a turbulent surface, but beneath that there is a lot going on that is invisible to you. So at this time, we would like you to stop worrying about the turbulence, because as you know, the turbulence on the surface of a river really doesn't tell you much about what's going on underneath. There can be waves and dips and eddies, all on the surface, and underneath it can look quite different. And that is really what's happening now in your society. There are two forces at play, light and shadow. Remember, shadow is only the absence of light. So what is required to bring shadow to an end? Well, of course it is light. And what else is light in alignment with? It is in alignment with love. So shadows, or evil as you might call it, lack of light, lack of love, are healed by light and love. They are not healed by more darkness, by more judgment, by more fear. This is what it is so important for you to understand at this time. If you look at the political system or the immigration policies or financial systems and you go into fear, you are adding darkness. And we know that you are trained into this. We know that you have been given a poor education. That is why we are coming through in this format this time, to give you a new education. So we really want you to listen to this. And if you think about it, this was what I taught on the earth plane so many years ago, that forgiveness is the answer, that love is the answer, that it is not up to you to judge. And if you judge, you will suffer, not from a punishment of a vengeful God, but just because that's the way this reflective universe works. Judgment begets judgment. Love begets love. You get back what you sow. You reap what you sow. The harvest that you are reaping today comes from the seeds that you have sown, all of you together, not just your individual life, but your collective contributions. So we want you to really understand that and to say to yourself, look, I see the turbulence, I see the rapids approaching, but I am not going to panic. I am going to do what Jesus asks, and I am going to add love to the mix. How do you do that? Well, you turn off the fear-mongering. That is what your televisions are, and we know we are a broken record. Turn off the fear-mongering box in your house that is transmitting this agitation to you. Use your free will to say no to fear. Only you can use your free will. Nobody else can use it. Others can manipulate it, and that is what is happening right now in your world. And that is why you are seeing one fearful news story after another, and have seen so for many years. You are being harvested of your fear. Why do you think the news gets such delight in creating a new catastrophe? Because the systems of governance and systems of control in your society feed off fear. Why do they feed off fear? They feed off fear because those in fear are disconnected from their source and they are powerless. If you see a fearful person, they are unable to exert their true godlike gifts. They are imploding in a way. They are miscreating. Their bodies will get sick. They will be under stress. They will attack unnecessarily. A being that is connected to source, a being that is tuned in and tapped into love, will be calm in all situations, even in a great disaster. Even in a great disaster, those that are tuned into source will be powerful. They will be helpful. They will be calm. They will be the ones driving the rescue boats in a flood. They will be the ones resuscitating somebody who needs CPR. They will be the ones that are stepping up into a place of power and strength to assist those who have fallen into fear. That is what we want you to be. If you are tuned into this station, if you are listening to these videos, you are on that pathway towards source, towards love, towards strength. And now is the time that you really must stop just being a passive observer of videos and practice what you have come to understand through these many messages that we have sent you. Hundreds and hundreds of messages have come this way, and now is the time for you to employ them. If you have heard us tell you to turn your televisions off 100 times and have not, your free will is being used against you. You are hearing a loving, compassionate teacher tell you that this is a fear-mongering hypnotic device. And something in you argues with that, and yet something in you knows that that is true. If you are one of those beings that listens to these broadcasts and still has a television in your house and still watches it daily, you must ask yourself, who is in charge of this mind of mine? Am I in charge of this mind of mine? Or is something else going on here? And that is really the question we ask you today. Are you in charge of your own mind? Are you able to focus on what you want to focus on? Are you healthy? Are you dreaming a happy dream, or are you living in a nightmare? We want you to dream a happy dream. Yes, this is an illusory experience, and when you pass over from this experience, you will know that for sure. You will say, I took that so seriously, and yet it feels like a dream now, just as you do in your morning when you have had a dream that has scared you, and you have felt that visceral reaction to it, and then in the morning you say, oh my goodness me, that was a dream indeed. I will never forget that dream. That is what this lifetime is like. When you pass over, you will say it is dreamlike, but you will never forget it because your experiences are uploaded into your learning self, your higher self, that which you would call the oversoul. And that information leads to the expansion of this universe. The greater knowing of this universe coming to feel and know and experience itself over and over and over. But in the meantime, you seem to be separate. You seem to be in a body. You seem to be fearful of death and sickness. You seem to be unable to control your actions and your words. And we must ask you now to take upon yourself that which we have assigned to many beings, to read the books that this being has penned to introduce you to the non-dualistic ideas of rising above the battleground of duality into non-duality. The freedom of that place is peace. The freedom of that place is love, non-reactivity, not buying into the fear. And once you have read those books, if you are dedicated enough to read those books, then we would say begin the lessons of A Course in Miracles, for it will free your mind and give you your free will back. I am that one that you know as Jesus, and I'm going to be bringing several messages through this week. So as our dear one says, please subscribe to this channel, click the bell so that you do not miss the next installment. You will want to hear it. We will speak to you again soon. All right. I have a few spaces left in my August retreat on Salt Spring Island in Western Canada. So if there's someone out there who wants an exceptional summer holiday, It's from the 5th to the 10th of August. We start actually on the afternoon of the 5th and go through till the lunchtime on the 10th. And it is an all-inclusive stay, and I will be channeling twice a day. There will be lots of time for contemplation, yoga, organic meals are included. So if you are looking for a really nice week away from your life to deepen your practice, please go to channelingjesus.com and check out that retreat. We do have 4 or 5 spaces left, so perhaps one of them is meant for you. Okay, I'm going to load this up, and I guess I'll see you soon.